The first Berserker Khazan. This game has a perfect block, so it makes it into parry review. It also has a perfect dodge, it has a counter attack as well, and it also has a proper parry. This game has a lot of things that I like, and from the get-go, I'm just gonna say, I like this game more than Lies of P. I like this game more than Sekiro. You know what? I like this game more than even Flintlock, The Siege at Dawn. And you know why I'm taking such a huge risk by saying that? Because this is just a demo, but look, you can parry with your back turned to the enemy. You can also block, you can block and perfect block with your back turned to the enemy. So the perfect block here is called the Brink Guard. It's just blocking at the last second. You start the game out with the perfect dodge and the Brink Guard from the very beginning. The parry and the counter attack, however, those are skills that you have to buy later on from the skill tree. You get access to your skill tree after you kill the first boss, which is the Ice Yeti. As I mentioned before, you can perfect block with your back turned to the enemy. What this means is you can fight mobs of enemies, 3 to 4 enemies, no problem. Because you can move around freely without having to lock on to anyone. I mean, you can lock on if you want, but it's better for mobs to not lock on. Then you can perfect dodge whenever you want, and you can perfect block whenever you want as well. And it gives you a lot of safety, and a lot of freedom, and a lot of independence. You're gonna see later on when I show you the skill tree that there's a skill you can buy for all your weapon, except for the spear, that lets you deal damage anytime you perfect block. So without having to even do the counterattack, you can buy this skill that lets you deal damage on any perfect block. And then on top of that, you can buy the counterattack skill, the riposte skill, which allows you to perform a really fast attack after you perfect block. Now later on, again, once I access the skill tree, you're gonna see there's like the parry, the official parry. And that is like the Elden Ring parry with the buckler shield, that you have to do it early, you have to be very aware of the enemy's animations, and quite frankly, the parry is not worth it in this game. You should stick to perfect blocking. Even if the parry completely breaks the enemy, not completely, but it'll like remove 70% of an enemy's posture. It's still not good enough. It's still way too risky for you to lean on it and try to use it. So back to the perfect block. The perfect block in this game, the timing is generous. It's not that easy where it feels like cheating, but I would say the difficulty of the parry in this game is somewhere between easy and medium. So it's a very generous timing for the perfect block. You can perfect block regular enemies, melee attacks, arrows, the bosses. You can perfect block the bosses, and you can counterattack the bosses. This is a demo, and I am absolutely thrilled with this game. I'm going to buy it immediately as soon as it comes out. This game even has a skill in the skill tree for the spear, where it's like a counterattack for your spear, and you're gonna see it again in the skill tree later on, because now I'm showing you the skills for the two-handed weapon and the parry within the skill tree. Later on, I'll show you the skill tree for the spear, and the spear has this skill you can buy that if you perfect dodge an attack, if you press the attack button after that, you will do an attack that is both an attack and a dodge. So it works like a counterattack with invincibility frames that also has a lot of movement in it. It's kind of like a dash attack. The skills that you have access to in this game are so useful that I only bought skills relating to the perfect dodge or the perfect block. And in regards to leveling up, again, I consider the skills to be so useful that I didn't even bother leveling up my attack damage or my stamina. I just leveled up my health bar. I just increased my health because I knew it would just be best to like have the most health possible. so that way I can spend the most amount of time learning the enemy's attack animations and just perfect blocking and counterattacking the shit out of enemies. And I do not regret my decision in the least because I had so much fun with this game. I love this game. So again, now let's go for the rating. On the parry metric, again, this isn't Onimusha, it doesn't have chain counters, it doesn't have Isen, so on the parry metric, I'm gonna give it an 8.5 out of 10 on the parry metric, and on the fun and enjoyment scale, 10 out of 10. This game is a freaking banger, and I recommend it to anyone who likes Soulslikes or hack and slash games, or anything involving a sword. I highly recommend this game. Better than Thymesia, for me at least. And again, for me, my personal take on this, I like this more than Sekiro, Lies of P. I like this more than any game involving a parry of any kind. And the parry in this game, and by parry I mean perfect block. Because again, the actual parry in this game is really not worth it. I mean, it does what it's supposed to do. It's just so difficult to time compared to the perfect block. But the only games that surpass this one in regards to like perfect blocking and parrying is Onimusha or something like Katana Kami or Unsouled or Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, because it has chain parries, it has chain counterattacks. But as we have established in earlier videos, that is too much of an ask. The only games that have like chain parries are games like Onimusha. And then there's other games that do have chain parries, but nothing comes close to Onimusha. So it's not fair to compare games to Onimusha or Unsouled, because no developer is really trying to attempt to do that. This is more of a classic Sekiro style parry. It's a Sekiro-like, and it does it even better. In my opinion, it does the perfect block even better than Sekiro. I don't know anything about the developers of this game, but hats off. Hats off. This is just the demo, and I'm already so happy with this game. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 rating. Seriously, I cannot revere this game any more than I already am. So, thanks for watching, take care, and enjoy.